363. AHRMA, your call, that's Brian. The Aussie is kicking it off here, courtesy of Aussie Bike Tours, and it's Eddie with the Harley. Here he comes, Aussie Bike Tours. .com.au, Aussie Bike Tours. Remembering, if you want the opportunity to go to Australia and ride a motorcycle, this is a man who'll jack it up for you. A Kiwi now living in Melbourne. AussieBikeTours.com.au. He's, of course, reciprocated and brought plenty of Aussies over to tour here in New Zealand as well. Plus, you can go and do some of his tours. Plus, you might just want to hire a bike. A lot of choices to do there. Just hop on the phone and talk about it with Eddie, or get onto his website and then make contact with him. Aussie, that's, of course, AUSSIE Bike Tours. Aussie Bike Tours, all one word, .com.au. All right, ready to set it up, Mr. Eddie Garner. 2-minute call for pre-63. 2-minute call pre-63. Oh, beautiful. It's got all the... it's just got charisma, hasn't it? 39 all the way. Clint Chedwigan, good on you, Clint. Son of, as we had it before, I nearly had it right here. Son of Mick, so trying to get it all right. Good work, loving these bikes. These are some of our Aussie Indians. Right, and the hand shift, back and again. Some with the hand shift on the left, some on the right. So but there you go. Of course, some with the throttle on the left and some on the right. The original Indians, of course, had the throttle on the left, these ones. And that's exactly what you're seeing here at the moment from John Woolmold. So John up now. Love those drop-down handlebars. All right, the hand shift. Getting some superb photo shots here today of these guys. The one that I do like, in fact, is the brake pedal on the left. Number of times that we've hopped on a classic motorcycle, and of course the brake's been on the left and rather than the right. You're so used to being on your right on your modern bike, and you come into a corner and all you do is whack it down a gear instead of putting on the brake, and then all of a sudden you panic because shit, you've forgotten your brake, and oh, that's right, it's on the other side. So I like the fact that those ones are, well, there he is, neutral, finding neutral. Well done, Peter Berthasell. So well done, Peter. Another of our Aussie Indians. Right, we're going to watch him do that hand shift again. Watch that hand shift coming up. There he is, just getting it sorted out. Microphone. There he goes, and away. There he is. Plop. To the right. 750, Ross Boulding. And another of the Harley Davidsons. He too, the hand shifter. Noticing, of course, the hand shift on the left-hand side for the Harley. Notice that, the left-hand side for the Harley. but the throttle's back on the right. I think I could handle that a little bit better. Throttle on the left-hand side, man, that is just so different. Oh. Just love the roar. We're completely reversed as well. Front brake has gone from the right to the left as it is on the Indian, and the rear brake's gone from the left back over to the right as it was on the Indian. So the Harley and the Indian shifting throttle, shifting hand shift, shifting brakes from one side to the other. So a very different motorcycle to ride. Must have been a challenge for people that had one or the other, or maybe had both, or went from one to the other. Typical of Americans, of course, wanted a bit of one-upmanship over their rivals, and they were the kind of things they did. Oh, you're listening to that, baby. Star Insurance, proud to be sponsors of today's racing. Star Insurance. Star Insurance, custom-made insurance for your requirement. First of all, have you got 24/7 pickup or repair services? Have you got protection or insurance when you break your $1,000 Shoei helmet? Have you got insurance protection for the panniers that you put on the bike? You bought the bike for $10,000, then you've gone and put some panniers on it. You go to make a claim, panniers weren't on it when you bought it. No claim. You lose your $2,000 worth of quality panniers. So you get the idea. Custom make the insurance for you at starinsure.co.nz. $750 indeed, because it is of course a 750cc of a beautiful power. We've just fought the 7's fallen off this one. We've got 50cc. Here we are. And we're back to the Harley. Here is Mr. Ralph Feely. So again, shift on the left, throttle on the right, front brake on the left, rear brake on the right. Looked at some classic Avon tyres on there, very good tyre, well proven tyre from a classic racing point of view. A little bit of chrome wheels on this one too, baby. Of course, Americans weren't renowned for their chrome in the early years of their motorcycles, mostly painted rims, so looks very smart and fast with its chrome. Check out the paint job on that tank as well, glistening in the beautiful bluff sun here today. Keen to win away, 100, 100, 100 all the way. Number 100 down here, Mick Chegg Whitten. So again, now gear shift on the right, throttle on the left. We're back to an Indian. Hope many of you are going to take an opportunity today to have a wander through the pits and just meet these guys. Please say hi to the Aussies and thank them for coming over. Man, do they add some class to this event or what? Remembering, of course, this was the era of bikes that Burt has raced, so that's why we love it so much. These are the Aussie equivalents of the BurtMunros, making their Indians go faster. All right, 741, matching the CC capacity of the bike that we've got, 741, Mr. Chris Beaumont. And again, the Indian. Throttle on the right, hand shift to the left. Got a very classy megaphone on the back, so he's gone a little bit upmarket there. Bit of nice hand-sanded heads as well. Nice to see that amongst all the old machinery, you've got some modern gear, like beautiful Alpine Star boots there. Well done, and his bell helmet, can't go wrong there. .363, called to the dummy grid, 363. Call to the dummy grid. .621 here at the moment for local man Hamish Allen. So you got this one revving, got a very different front wheel on it. See, that's what he wanted to do, to avoid the gear change, So really loaded the clutch that time, extensively loaded it, and literally almost to stall off the line, but he does not have to do the gear change. .28 to line at the moment, David Reedy out of Brighton on the 1928 Harley Davidson 1200. I wonder what Burt would have done if he got a 1200 first up. Would he have still been able to make the world's fastest Indian out of a 1200? Started, of course, with a 500. And made it into almost 1,000cc. 953 to be precise. To a start, rather a slow one unfortunately for Davey, but he's on board here. 155 for Terry Galway, the man from Marston here, on after we've seen so much American bikes with Harleys and Indians. It's now a turn of the best of British, and the Norton and the Union Jack on the back. I tell you what, never seen so many Union Jacks flying as we have over the Brexit affairs in the UK over the last couple of weeks. Well, of course, again, another British bike whereby. Notice how he takes off with his left leg holding it up, because he needed his right leg up to change the gear, the opposite to what we do in modern times with having most modern motorcycles, the gear change on the left-hand side. Here we are back to our 122 Gary Cottrell out of Cust on the Norton Manx 500. Thank you, riders. An important announcement, riders. We are doing this run in one single run. We will not be stopping halfway, all 8 classes. back to back, so pre-89s, don't be waiting round. You will be after pre-82s. We are doing all one run, having everybody at the top. The weather is very reasonable. The top can accommodate everybody, and we will save some time, So time now 20 to 4. So we are going right through all 8 classes. This is class number 2. Now with our Oyster Cove Restaurant and Bar, Classic Pre-63. Thank you, Monique. The last rider, in fact, has just pulled up off the track, so they didn't fall off, but the bike didn't get them all the way to the end, so they've pulled over in a safe place. That means the timing reset, as that person is a non-finisher, and we'll be ready to go. So that's why the slight delay here at the moment. Through there and away, good start from Gary. Here we are, 32 coming up with Bill. There's the bellow. I think we've got Bill up here today. Off the line and away, beautiful to watch. Class act there and a lovely bellow there. 197, we'll get the next fellow up. This is Phil Price on the KDT 350. Sponsored out of Veloset HQ in Nio, a suburb in Wellington. Veloset HQ, I like that. Nice work, 219 on it with Brent Taylor. Oh, didn't stop. Oh, there you go. Well, the engine has, with a handful of brake. So bad luck for Brent on the Triumph Thunderbird 650. Well, bad luck for Graham. Just spotted him here at trackside. The bike was running rougher than a Labor cabinet meeting, but bad luck there to Graham. That has seen him out of reckoning, multi-times winner of a trophy on today, I can tell you. But more importantly, he still competed. Well done. He's got some work to do, and he'll have the bike. Remembering it's a test day tomorrow at Teretonga, a test day. Teretonga. Remind, of course, of the beach race tomorrow. Doesn't start till after 5. Recommend you get along there from about 4 o'clock. So, beach race tomorrow. Actually hoping that some of the roads are open tomorrow so we can do a few trips around. Go Bits, there we are, and away. 2:03 to do it. Pre-72 up, followed by pre-82. A 5-minute call, pre-82. A reminder, we are going right through, folks. A reminder, we're going right through, no break. Halfway, that will save us 15 minutes. We do want to give everybody a second run. That should have us finish by about 4:30. So well done to the organisers today. Great move, keeping us moving. Oh, go Butch, keen to get away at 168. That beautiful bike for Butch. So nice work. And our Bluff Foursquare Supermarket pre-72. That 5-minute call again, pre-82, pre-72 on the dummy grid now. Thank you. Pre-72 on the dummy grid now. Lovely Honda 450 here, the number 75. Remembering this is Dylan. There he goes. So Dylan Stanley and Paul Dillon. Is he going to be able to get a helicopter down to do his second run? Because he'll be up there and caught out on that run. But anyway, can't have the perfect world. All right, 24 up now as we rock into our pre-82. Mr. Chris McMeekin and Chris back here. .24 starting to warm up now. This is Chris, somewhat depleted class, the Southport New Zealand Limited. Southport, what an appropriate name for our most southern port. Hope you all saw the big sign when you came in, folks. The most legendary food festival in New Zealand, the Bluff Oyster Festival, here on Saturday, May 23rd. Saturday, May 23rd, 2020. The famous Bluff Oyster and Food Festival. Craft beers and wine and other great foods, but more importantly, the beautiful, the legendary Bluff Oyster. So May 23rd, an iconic day here, the biggest day of the year for this great town. All right, 666, rocking and rolling, we're right into it now. More from the Bluff Foursquare Supermarket, and our 666 of Kerry Williams here on the Motor Guzzi. Pre-82 again, your 5 minutes, make it 2-minute call, of course, pre-82. We're down to the final stages, pre-82, 2-minute call to the dummy grid, 2 minutes. All right, 162 to get up there and going now. Stacey again, so well done. One of our ladies competing today, Stacey all the way from Australia, Stacey Heaney. Welcome, Stacey. There she is, girl rider, written on the back, lovely bike as well you brought over. Thank you, Stacey. Very nice Honda CBR tucked in underneath all of that. GoPro sitting on the top there, that makes some fantastic coverage, wouldn't it? Man, love to see that. Might have to do a bit of a Google on Stacey. Not too much to chase down the lady, but more importantly, what she does in our motorcycle world. So well done to her. Number 162. Are we ready? Well done, Stacey. Going for it. Here we are with our number 5. Back to our XT Yamaha. Call now, pre-82 to the dummy grid, pre-82 to the dummy grid, pre-82, dummy grid now. Here's our number 5 for Neil Waddell. Neil on that lovely XT. 20 up here for Jim Copier on the Honda CB. There's another example of a beautiful motorcycle, well restored, and congratulations. Look at the Cafe rear seat, the beautiful, sort of a little bit bigger than a Cafe fairing in the front, but good for racing point of view. You wouldn't want just a snug Cafe one. You want it to be a little bit more prandial. So lovely Cafe, more of an open fairing rather than just a bikini fairing. So well done, beautiful Cafe design and excellence. 1, 2, 3 for Todd Johnson again with that Cafe tail end. The Moto Guzzi once again 123 for Todd Johnson. 5-minute call for pre-89. 5-minute call pre-89. A reminder that we are going right through and no stoppage. All 8 classes. Three and away. Good work. Oh, 62, and he made it this time. Now 62 here for Des Heaney. Good one from Des. Going to have our demo sidecars coming up as well. Demo for the sidecars. Southport Classic pre-82. Well, a number of two-strokes competing today. You can probably put on one hand, and most of the others have been modified motocross bikes. So this has been a legit, very legit two-stroke Yamaha road bike. Nice start, took it up a gear. Here we are with the 18, the legendary Mr. Kev Ryan. Big Kev got his Pike River Run top on again. See, one of the very few riders that uses a neck brace, have you noticed? There's a neck brace around him. A very comfortable thing. A lot of people, for example, speedway drivers, use a lot of those. Obviously, in the world of car driving, they do race cars. And a few motorcyclists. A neck brace is used by a lot of motocross riders, but that actual buffered one that Kevin has got, something that not too many people do, but well, that's it. Well done to Kevy. Right, the sidecars back to back, and here we are, the 32 up first. And, great work out here, nice to see. So well done to Dave Breesby out of Methven and Mid-Canterbury on the Yamaha XS750 826 1977 model bike. Sue van der Heuvel there to do the swinging. One of our 3 spectators do another Southern Classic with our Bike Trends machine. Listen to that beautiful sound, 1977, wow. 43 years. 43 years of technology. Oh, here we are, there's a bit of a gap here, 71. Bring it on up, 71 in this one. This will be a Toby Tutty. Or Anthony Tutty, as his mother calls it, but the nickname of Toby. Righty, right. Are we ready? Not far away from it now, surely. 71 for Toby, the man out of Wakefield, way up there in the Tasman-Nelson region. So probably close on 1,000 kilometre drive to go from Wakefield to Bluff. Oh, gets away with the twitch of the front wheel. A lovely wheelie, probably pulled it for about 20 or 30 metres. Great control there. 750 up now for Brian Stevens. call, 5-minute call for the open class. 5-minute call for the open class. Thank you. 5 minutes, open class. All right, 7:50 for Brian. This one is sort of just off standard, isn't it? You can just tell it's a little lumpy in there. Somebody's done some lovely work on there, but he's kept it pretty much standard. Still looks very standard. Beautiful looking bike. There we go, off the line for number 750, and that's got nothing to do with its CC capacity. Here we go, 68 and that one. Two-minute call for the open class. 2 minutes for the open class. Here we are, the number 21. There we are with the Harley 1200. Peter Britton and Lachlan Donald. Peter and Lachlan. They come out of Timaru on the Harley Sidecar 1000, sponsored by the Queen's Hotel of Timaru. Some serious modifications to this machine. But man, oh man, talk about an amazing bit of machinery. See our sidecar swinger getting as far forward as he can. Remembering it's a right-hand corner coming up, so he needs to put his weight over with the right. Pete and Lachlan. If you do go past them in a pitch, please give them a high five, a handshake, a pat on the back, call it what you like. 2-minute call for open, 2-minute call for the open class. Straight into our pre-89 and Fovo Dairy sponsored class. And again, the exciting Mr. Paul Fisher on the Reliance Network supported Ducati 750SS. 1989 model. 750 SS Ducati. There weren't too many better than this bike around in their era. away with the charge. Good work then by Paul. He'll run the friction on the line, but all wasn't too bad as we get the 45 of Kerry Closier. Call now for our open class to the dummy grid. Thank you, open class. Oh, look at that. Just feel those spots of moisture. Not the kind of thing you want when you've got a run coming up. Don't think it's going to come to anything though. Off the line away for Kerry, great work there. 34 up now with Dean Watson from Ashburton on the 1989 Honda VFR 400. Oh, he's just got the GoPro mounted on the tank there at the moment. DG Engine Services, New Zealand Cylinders. Cigarette sponsorship allowed. If you get the idea, that's what they were like as a replica from those years ago, so we'll replicate them. All right, 14 up with us now, Dave Freeman. Welcome back, Dave. Got the nice little Yoshi on board there. Remember the Hypersport era, the famous Suzuki GSX range. Around for that man, always been renowned for his polka dot leathers. 228 up, 228 now, and Little Rivers, Matt Eggleton, the Yamaha FZR 1000, Kiwi Span NZ, Metzler Yamaha. Still keeping up his helmet. Notice it doesn't want to fog it up too early. Once the air's blowing through, it'll be fine. So brings it down, clips it down, away he goes. Great start to get away, Matt Eggleton there. Oh, 999 straight into it. Here he is, Mr. Ruddy. Good work on board. 999 for Andrew Rudd. First of our open riders wants to get up on the track and out of here early on the Dynoworks Metzler Maxima Oils machine on the with some GB Racing spec on it. Looks to be an ex-race bike that he's got a hold of here. Good work again. He's got the full A-Star leathers on board, quality A-Star boot, so he knows quality protection. Counts when it comes to racing. Basically a production-based tyre on the rear today. Looking up again, yeah. Nice work today as he peels him through the corner. Good work for Andrew. 59 up now for Murray Sutherland on the Ducati M900. The Monster. Mazda Motorcycles. The Bumper Shop. Mechanica all coming together. Good work, 192, go straight into it as well for Dave Hamlin. Here we are with the Bimotor. Remember, of course, Mr. Bimotor, well, he made the bike and somebody else had the engine. We've got the Ducati inside this one, the Muzzler's bikes. So the 192, lovely paint job on there as well. So it's got the DB3 with the 904, courtesy of Mechanica and Muzzler's bikes again. That is one very special motorcycle there, ladies and gentlemen. That is beautiful. Nice work on board. Open class, don't hold us up. Open class, only two competitors here. We'll call up 600s shortly. And if you thousands here, the 600s will go out. Remembering this is your last run of the day. Here we are again with Phil on this beautiful Hyper Motard. Another Ducati-powered machine. Had a lovely lineup. When you think about beers racing today, folks, British, yes, we've had Nortons and BSAs and Triumph. European, we've had Ducati, Guzzi's and Aprilias. Americans, we've had Harleys and Indians. So BEARS, beers racing, British, European and American. And we've had some lovely beers bikes on display. Right, 70 up here. Another call for the open class. Only one here on the grid. Remembering you must race in your class. It's the only way. It's not a transponder on your bike. You are grouped together in your class for the timing people, so you can't wait and go up with the when the 600s are gone. Big bike up. Here we are, 41 this time. 5-minute call for 600s, 5-minute call for 600s, 5 minutes. Here we are, looks like the number 11 now, Tony Rees on the Tony Rees Honda Pacific Toyota Sign Edge, GB Racing, Southland Honda supported 2017 Honda CBR 1000 SP1, beautiful bike, and it's carbon fibre fairings as used by son Damon Rees in the recent Suzuki International Series. So came away with the runner-up prize, runner-up for the Robert Holden, runner-up, of course, for the Suzuki Series. Hind Englishman Richard Cooper, Super Dad Tony, inducted into the Motorcycle New Zealand Hall of Fame. No greater honour in our sport in New Zealand. Still only approximately 20 inductees into that, and we'll be inducting more in 2020. Nominations are out now. And Tony to get away next. 2-minute call. 2-minute call for 600s. 2-minute call for 600s. 2 minutes. All right, Super Seth up next. A man from Tap Vegas. Here he is, Mr. Seth Devereaux on the Helicraft NI Oils, Joe's Garage, Dragon Jeans, MV Augusta. In fact, it's another Italian mark that I should have added, of course, to the European one today. So what have we had European? We've had Moto Guzzi, Ducati, Aprilia and MV. Four European brands today for beers racing. I think that might be a record somehow. Well, giving it a nice little warm-up. Yeah, off the line to go and making it count. Well done to... hanging on through there. Hello, a magic moment, a split-second moment. All right, 600s. 600, 2-minute call, 2-minute call, 600. All right, nice one here, 600 class up. Well, welcome indeed to this man, Mr. James Clark. Mr. James Clark from Wanganui on the Aramex Couriers Mastercraft Kitchens Cheezle Customs. Now have a look at his pipe and muffler. It's something that James has built himself, so it is some beautiful work. So take an opportunity to check it out. Aramex, of course, is a global courier brand, formerly called Fastway Couriers. So Aramex is their new name, their global name, available in what I understand over 50 countries around the world. Aramex, now the owners of New Zealand's Fastway Couriers. Yeah, go James, good work, good work. Call now for our 600s, call for 600s to the dummy grid 600. Here we are now. Check out Katie up here, the 129. Come on, ladies, I want some real open endorsements here. I want to see some cheering. Make sure you give her a wave as she goes past. Come on, ladies. 3 ladies competing here today. Sue, Stacey, and this lady, Katie Henry. Lovely to have Katie with us, the North Torrey lady on her KXF 450. She knows how to go fast on a motorcycle. Look at that, right up and balanced over the front of the bike, trying to keep all that weight to the front. Got a nice set of RXTs on, got some adventure quality footwear. Being a motard, of course, she's using a open face helmet, got the 100% goggles on board there, so it's quite a different look. The reason, of course, they do that is to actually have a peek to the next like a visor. Oh, look at that, fast for Katie. Come on, ladies, get it behind her. Good work, good work. Here we are, the electric bike again from Ryan Hampton, our record holder. Will that record still be intact? We'll find out from Ryan a little later on. Nice to have a catch up with him. There he is. He's got his city motocross boots on as well, but he's got his leathers, and again with a open face helmet. Plus he too with the quality brand 100% goggles on board. Again, as we talk about, the peak then acts like a visor. So instead of being a visor on the bike, you've actually got the aerodynamics controlled with your helmet and having the wind to go past you. So the peak, very important and essential. Are we ready? Are we listening? Wow, wind up, man, oh man. 5 minute call for Super Quads, 5 minute call for Super Quads. We're rocking straight through it. Well done, here we are with Michael Kirkness. Good on you, Michael, lovely to have you with us, Michael. Michael out of Australia on the Southland Honda Young Henry's Brewing Company. So well done on the CRF 450. Another rider that's heard about this fantastic event, the BurtMunro Challenge. Wanted to put it on his bucket list, and I want to go to New Zealand and give it a go. Coordinated with Southland Honda. There he goes. This guy's a flat track star out of Australia, so looking forward to seeing him on the beach tomorrow. So flat track star, he knows how to go fast on tar seal as well. 14 now. 14 up here for Matt Horton out of Gore, just up the road. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, the engineers that built that Gore Bridge must have known what they were doing to have that ferociousness of the river that's virtually lapping underneath the girders on the top of the bridge. Incredible. Good on you, Matt, well done. All right, 290, 290 here for Joshua Idles. Now this is our purpose-built KTM model called an SMR. Got the Oggy wheels on as well. Good work, going to be our two strokes here. The 163 up now of Gareth Hamill. Well, folks, who's going to be last of the two-wheelers? I think it's going to be Richie Niven. Is he out? Has he put in the bet? I've seen no times from the previous round. I haven't seen any times. Don't know what we're in. I don't know who there is to beat. .163 today in Gareth Hamill. Right, here he is, the rough fisherman himself, Mr. Quinn Fowler. Would have done this event for many years. After all, it's right at his home. He probably comes up here most Friday nights and practices, for all we know. The no exit. I like that. No exit ink. End up Fowler fishing. Lovely the way he turns it straight in. Speaking about Bluff, another one to come out this time, including our 29, Mr. Robert Goodman on the YZF 450 again, another modified motocross bike. Good way if you ever want to get into the sport, you know, supermoto class, one of those classes, not super fast, but certainly fast enough and exciting. You can do racetrack events and, you know, ride at Teretonga or go up to Timaruta levels, have a bike like that of low value. Something like that, and they would undermine, you know, a retail of way less than $10,000. They've got a bike that's competitive and a whole lot of fun. 44 all the way, David Lewis joins us out of Te Awamutu, the daring capital of the country, up there in the mighty Waikato. All right, David, let's go racing, mate, on the Honda Hamilton Bridgestone tyres supported bike. Look at him again, as far forward as possible. Good work, good work. Final call for 2 wheels, final call. That's a 5-minute call for, I think I'll do another one. 5-minute call for Super Quads. I think it's about 2 minutes now, isn't it? Super Quads. Only 3 others to go. There you go, Cormac. Great work by young Cormac. There he goes. The youngest competitor ever up the bluff hill. As we salute Cormac Buchanan, the superstar of motorcycle sport right here in beautiful Southland. Get on behind this kid, folks, and we thank Moto Academy for doing that today with that beautiful IMD KTM 250. That is as good as any other Moto 3 bike, certainly the best of those available in New Zealand. So you'll love it, Moto 3. You've seen it on MotoGP racing. It's a Moto 3 bike. So thank you to Moto Academy for Dr. Steve for looking after Cormac, and we wish him all the best. So watch for him on that bike over the weekend, leading our 300 Supersport class after 2 rounds of the 2020 NZSBK. Way go! Beauty out there, the man that is Mr. Barry Summers. All right, Strang, here we are. Don't cut it too fine, 2 wheelers, you'll be left out. Final call for Super Quads, call for Super Quads. You're called to the line as soon as the Super Quad starts. We can't go back to 2 wheels. Right, here we go, 655 and Carter Strang, the man from Wallistown on the Strang Automotive Husqvarna FS450 out of Power Zone Motorcycles, Husqvarna dealer extraordinaire out of Balclutha. Here we go, 71 this time in Darcy. Prendergast, he's got his red light on the rear. That's required. If it's a wet day racing, you have to have a red light on your rear. A little light like that's good enough. One that you get from a push bike shop. Dyno works. Yeah, nice takeoff there, Darcy. Good work, good work. Right, last of our 2-wheelers, Here we are, 542 now in Jared Cox. So good work by Jared. All right, 542 for Jared. Here we are with our Super Quad lineup. Here we go, 86 now, and this will be Reese Young. These are guys that are burning a little bit of rubber as they take off the line. All right, 256 now for Duncan Knox. To catch the story of the 1 tonne that he's got on the back of his leathers. Look at the chrome wheels on that, those Nerf bars, and the painting of the cross members at the front. Very nice example of a well-presented machine. Got nice graphics on board, clean and tidy. Look at that here on zero oil around the post. Good work. Liking that. Well done, Duncan. Good work. Here we are. We've got 3 competitors left. Please, you're staying with us here today. Here we are to our gasoline alley services. Mind to fuel up your tank as you leave, folks. Fuel up your tank. A whole lot of cool sponsors here today, like Star Insurance, also Southern Suzuki at home at Clyde Street. We talk to John and Sales and Parts. Alan himself, Super Dad, all-round beautiful family business, RD1 card, MTA approved as well. So right there on Clyde Street on your way back into Invercargill. Southern Suzuki. If you're looking for something tomorrow, if your jacket's a bit tight or you're looking for some more clothing maybe, there'll be a line up for you, right? 96.96 and Ian Newman. Ian proved to be a star here last year, coming all the way back from Gisborne. What a drive from Gisborne. That's 8 hours in the North Island and 12 hours in the South Island. 20 hours solid driving, excluding a ferry crossing. You would not get home actually in 24 hours. By the time you had to get to the ferry and get off the ferry and get away, 24 hours solid riding would not have you from Gisborne to here. So massive effort for Ian. Lovely to have you with us, Ian. Been good to follow Ian. Caught up with him here last year. Been following him on Facebook, and wow, this guy's going places. Getting a smoking good charge away there. So nice to see. And our final competitor, a brilliant day. We set a finish at 4 o'clock, folks. Talk about it at 4:23. Reminder, you're all invited to prize giving right down in the Bluff Township here at the Golden Age Tavern Anchorage Cafe. We're all in there, so feel free to come and join us. You're most welcome. This is Lester Schroeder here. It's got the R1 Power Yamaha Racing. This is the started its time as the Yamaha Race Quad. It's had the FZR 1000 engine. Just want to make sure we've got everybody on board. Have we got every competitor? Hope there's nobody left. I think that's going to be a wrap for us, folks. It's going to be a wrap. Hey, what an absolutely magnificent day, salvaged out of some disastrous weather of the last few days, but it's turned up trumps here today, so massive thanks to the weather gods. Bert looking down on us said, I'll give you a bit of a challenge to get here, but once you're here, you'll have a great time. There's the BurtMunro challenge for you, so thanks, Bert. Love your support for us. Remembering Star Motorcycle Insurance. Have you got insurance for your bike recovery when it breaks down? Have you got insurance for your helmet and boots? Have you got insurance for your backpacks and other gear? Like top boxes and the likes. Have you got insurance for your heated grips that you put on afterwards? Have you got insurance, of course, for your crash recovery? Have you got insurance for the fact that we look after you from head to toe, from front to back? Custom-made insurance for your requirements. Give them all your requirements. They'll have a package for you. Cheers to all of our other sponsors like Great South, Fuji Xerox, Invercargill City Council, Harley Davidson, Star Insurance, iHeartRadio, Radio Hauraki, Inter-Islander, Jack Daniels, Drink Responsibly, Bike Rider with Partmaster, Shiny Side Up, E. Hayes & Son, your Hammer Hardware Trade Zone with the Honda India Motorcycles and ILT Foundation. And all of our other neat little sponsors, many of them, of course, are right here, like Bluff 46 South, also to Nev's Glass, thanks to Nev's for the ARHMA class. Nev's Glass, your 24-hour, 7-day-a-week marine glazing specialists as well. Your Perspex and glazing experts on mobile services. Also to Oyster Cove. Also thanks to Bluff Foursquare. So if you want some grocery supplies before you head back into town, get them. Southport, thank you, Southport. Also Fovo Dairy right there on Gore Street, as we acknowledge our other sponsors like Southern Suzuki and Gasoline Alley. Fill up at gas, GAS, Gasoline Alley Services, and fuel up while you're there as well. Hey, reminder, folks, still plenty more. Twilight tonight, and our Higher Pool Harley Drags are on tonight at 6 p.m. at Teretonga. Tomorrow's Indian Motorcycles Beach Racing Champs from 5:30. That's only a start of racing, so get there before that. E. Hayes & Son Sprints at Teretonga, 9 a.m. Saturday. Seabright to O'Reilly Park, Parkmaster Speedway, 3 p.m. Saturday. And the Honda Invercargill Street Race from 9 a.m. on Sunday at Bill Richardson Drive back in Invercargill. Thank you to our volunteers, to our flag marshals. There was literally dozens and dozens and dozens of you that have lined the circuit and done